host of the Orlando and the Freak Show. Have you ever listened to that?
I've never listened to that show, but I've heard of Orlando and the Freak Show.
94.1. I used to listen to him back when I was in middle school, whatever. Back when radio was cool. But he got charged. He got into a DUI accident on Saturday from partying at the Hard Rock, and he crashed and totaled another person's car. So I saw this because I watch Bubba the Love Sponge show every day on YouTube, and I saw a picture of his mugshot. So I'm like, oh shit, what happened? So I'm reading into it, and he was. And he made it all public, too, because they were having, like, an event there at the Hard Rock. And, he was drinking, and he drove home and crashed, right? He's 52 years old, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
That was kind of rolling around in my head. You said you listened to that back in, middle school.
Yeah, he's 50, he's been doing radio as long as Bubba here in the Tampa Bay area. But, so... And I was driving to work, and I was like, man, I'm going to turn on the radio. And I don't know why, but I was just very curious to see if he was going to say anything about it. I don't know why. I was just curious, because it's kind of a big deal. So I'm listening, to it, and, this is why I fucking hate radio. The commercials. So 6 o'clock hits, right? They play the theme song, right, of his show. And then they go straight into commercials.
What is this, a football game?
I swear to God. I'm like, what in the fuck? So, okay. 7 minutes go by. Okay? No one
This is Orlando and the Freak Show?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, on the radio. Like, I was actually listening to the radio. And he finally comes on.
He had to get a ride. Too soon?
Too soon. So, he gets on. And he makes a statement, a brief statement, that he goes, I was involved in an accident this weekend, thank you all for the support, thoughts and prayers, whatever. Can't get too much into it, I'm going to let the lawyers...
Legal issues.
Yeah, let them do their thing. I'm like, okay, standard. But then he made a comment that really, really pissed me the fuck off. Okay? I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
He says, after he follows the support, thank you for all the support, he goes, and then I also got a lot of hate emails, and, it's sad. It just shows you how the world is, that the world is full of hate, and they can get pretty mean to you, and, it is what it is, and, it just makes me sad that that's how the world is. And then his co-host, chimed in, who gives a fuck what she has to say, but...
Just trying to gloss over some stuff real quick.
And I'm like, and then that was it. Then they went to commercials. And I'm like, then they went back into commercials. I'm like, the fucking ego.
I was going to say, he just had to make himself a victim there for a moment.
The fucking ego of this dude. Like, do you think what you did, like, nothing's wrong with that? You went to jail and you bailed yourself out. Okay, whatever. But to think that a DUI
could have killed somebody.
You could have, you did, because you totaled the dude.
You
totaled the dude's car, and you have the balls to be like, yeah, of course, people. First of all, I don't know who's supporting them. I guess if you like him, he's okay. No one got hurt, but why are you gonna? There shouldn't be support. I'm sorry.
Hey, go for it, man.
Listen. There is no excuses for DUIs. Okay, there really isn't. You can make an argument if you just turned 21 and you fucking partied. I still don't think it's acceptable.
You do know better, because I was 22. You know better.
Uber.
You almost get more comfortable with it the longer you might let it go on. Yeah, it's especially today.
You have Ubers, Lyfts, cabs, whatever the fuck, share ride, scooters, bikes. I don't fucking know. And you're a radio personality, you have a bunch of fucking friends, co-workers. You could have found a ride, right? And at 52 years old, I'm sorry, it's not cute anymore. If you responsibly cannot get home, Shame on you.
And who's looking out for him at this event? Because if he was out there partying and flaunting that off, he must have had
put it on Instagram. Right, took shots.
Bad people around him. Or he did the whole Irish goodbye where it just slipped out and nobody even knew. Who knows?
And you have the
valet. Was there a valet? Like, I mean,
right, something. But you have the balls. First of all, so you said, "Fuck everybody. I'm doing me," because you're gonna get out on the road drunk. He also refused a breathalyzer, by the way, because we don't want to know how over the limit he was.
Oh, that's that's the legal thing. That's the smart legal thing to do. No matter if you're guilty or not, you just that's more evidence that they can use to compile against you.
He videoed it.
They all know he
on
was
Instagram,
hammered, yeah.
right?
That
and
way
then they all
just
took it down.
They
deleted their Instagram accounts all on. But just that comment of the world is so hateful, getting hateful. Yes, yes.
It is a terrible place.
And I'm sorry,
you don't even have to do anything bad. You'll get hate.
You should be fired. You should be fired.
It's interesting that he got to sit down and do his show.
Well, so because here's the thing, because Bubba's really been talking about it. If you guys go to his YouTube channel, he's really been talking about it.
I saw a clip of him talking about it on Instagram,
like in
so I tuned in on that, and he was,
because it's severe, because he works the group Cox. It's Beasley. They've already had sponsors drop. From the Wild 94 or whatever, and they've had corporate guys down in the building having managers meetings. I mean, it's not looking good. And Hard Rock is a client, and they're not I mean,
I was gonna say,
they're having a bad image because they just allowed someone get fucking wasted. And
that was going to be my next thing. If you're an establishment that overserves somebody, and then they leave and get into a thing, isn't there also some sort of like way to tie someone into that? I mean, I've seen that attempted, I guess, or at least brought into the conversation. I don't think anything stuck.
I don't know, because to me, it's the responsibility of you.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Like, even if I cut you off because I think you have too much to drink, you can still, once you leave those doors or the property,
do I
have to babysit you the entire time? And it was a radio event, right? So you had other coworkers there. But yeah, I mean, they could have done better, but I mean, not really. But they're gonna get. Look, that's why they have insurance. I mean, look, the person who got hit is gonna get fucking payday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not only are you gonna sue Beasley, you're gonna sue Hard Rock, and you're gonna sue Orlando personally. I mean, it's a fucking payday. And who's to say, 14 days later, because that's the limit, you start, oh man, my neck starts to hurt. I'm just saying. But again, it's not cute. 2023, if you're still getting DUIs, it's bullshit. And I also look back into his record, because I'm a nosy little bitch. He's also had multiple tickets on blowing red lights, because this happened. He blew a red light.
That's how he
and hit somebody.
Got used to that.
So yeah, and it's just like I said, the people's mindsets and egos of just like they could just, because they have any relative stardom, fame. I mean, he's not worldwide, but at least in the Tampa Bay area, he's known. I mean, he's been doing this for 30 years, right? So he's got, a little swag, but it's just like,
don't try
because people are calling you out because you're fucking 52 and you're getting a DUI. And then you want to scrub everything and pretend like it didn't happen? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think he was trying to pretend like it didn't happen, but he, obviously...
No, destroying evidence, but... not really destroy evidence, really. But,
But like I said, to go ahead and try to elicit sympathy from your audience, to mention... I mean, could have just left it at that. Thank you, I appreciate, all the nice messages and everything. Take the high road. Leave it right there. That's it. You didn't have to go, and then I'm getting all these mean people that are good. Feel sorry for me now, even though it was, like how you said, it's my decision. No. I wanted to be, Mr. Man, look at me, and then...
No, you know what you do? You double down, you be a fucking man and say, listen, I fucked up.
Or that.
I fucked up as a person. I did something bad. I can't get into it legally, but I need help. I'm gonna get help, and I will fix my wrongs. That's what you fucking do as a
Remember
man.
when Dr. Disrespect came out on stream and was not in character when he was talking about the situation with his wife and everything that? The amount of respect that he got from that was huge.
Right.
Because probably like he faced it like how you said it should be done.
Well, let's say
Own
what
it
happened.
and-
Well,
yeah.
let's say what happened for people who don't know. For people who don't know, Doctor Disrespect, a famous YouTube gamer, years ago, maybe what 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Something like that.
He was cheating on his wife, which I mean, first of all, his wife's a smoke show, so I don't. God only knows who he cheated on with. But
this is where the two-time comes into a different.
But he made a surprise appearance on his stream, and not in his costume, in his normal clothes.
It was creepy. It was weird.
It was weird because you're not used to seeing him like that. And he came out.
Cried too.
Yeah, he was very emotional. He came out and said, "Listen, I cheated on my wife. I fucked up, and I'm going to take time off from stream to work on my marriage because I want to save my marriage." Now, yeah, he got hate for cheating on his wife, but at the same time, he stepped away, worked on his shit, and
right. He owned it, took the blows, didn't sit there
worked
and try
on it.
to
Right. Wasn't trying to pull some kind of gimmick.
Will you guys stop being so mean and sending mean comments to me? Like none of that shit.
That comment, I normally wouldn't care. Like, I don't give a fuck about Orlando. Really don't. Give a fuck about him, the company, what, I don't care. But just that one comment that I heard, I'm like, the fucking balls on you.
I feel sorry.
I get it when, like, Joe Biden be like, my son doesn't do anything wrong, and like he
just doesn't know.
He's the smartest man I've ever seen in my life. Like, okay, whatever. I expect that. But
he is really smart, man. This dude gets to do all that shit and gets to live in the White House
and fuck underage kids, and no one cares. It's amazing. But just again,
that's why they call him Hunter.
Again, I have. Be fucking smart, man. It's 2023.
D.U.I. thing, yeah.
If you cannot, I will never understand. If you're too fucked up, why do you have to drive home? Get a fucking Uber. It's so cheap. It is going to be way cheaper than the fucking shit that you're going to have to deal with that. Because now you can't drive for after a year. So now you're going to be spending more money on fucking Ubers.
The court costs, the fees, then all the extra
you're going to get
pay restitution.
You're going to get fucking
vehicle.
sued. Yeah. You're going to get sued. Your insurance is going to go up. You may lose, now he has custody of his kids. Well, now that's going to be in question. I mean, this wasn't like a fucking fender bender.
Right.
And you definitely don't have, I guess legally you refused a breathalyzer, but that still doesn't look good. You look more fucking guilty. I mean, come on. But just the fucking balls of these people, it just amazes me. So, but if you guys want to hear more in depth of it, all one word, the Bubba Army. Go to him. You'll see fucking Orlando's face on his stream that he did. But he goes in like more in depth. Like he did a full 4-hour show on it. But, we're just giving you the gist of it. And like I said, without that comment, I wouldn't care. But that really fucking struck a nerve with me. I'm like, it's just so smug. So that's all I got with that.
Speaking of crazy driving in Florida, this